Now I'm laid back, listening to my favorite show with my man Sharp Shot. Chopping it up radio. Plenty other things to do, but I'm putting them on hold. Sitting in the studio, listening to Chop It Up Radio. Things are getting kinda heated. Think we better take it to the phones. Don't know how we gon' make it. This is the show that goes where you take it.
Where you gonna take it today?
In a minute we'll be ready, cause you know it's on tonight. Ain't no way we gon' forget it. Chopping it up, chopping it up, chopping it. Now I'm laid back, listening to my favorite show with my man Sharp Shot. Chopping it up radio. Plenty other things to do, but I'm putting them on hold. Sitting in the studio, listening to Chop It Up Radio.
What's going on, people? This is your man Sharp Shot right here on Chopping It Up Radio, on ChoppinItUpRadio.com. This is the show that goes where you take it.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome to Chopping Up Radio, the show that goes where you take it. I am Sharp Shot, the Jackie Moon Radio, along with...
Hey, Mizuti in the house. How you guys doing?
And also...
It's your boy, Young Millie, hottest nigga with the coldest rhymes, per usual.
Hottest nigga with the coldest rhyme. Mm-hmm. You sure about that?
Positive.
Why when you heard shit since... when you heard nothing in a minute?
You ain't played on the break.
I mean, I need something new.
It's my off season. I'm in my off season right now.
Nigga, please. I want to hear some new shit.
But the people haven't heard it, so...
Yeah, they have. They have. We done played it a million times. We're going to play some more. We're going to definitely play some more. You can send me something if you want to.
Alright.
You can definitely send me something. What's going on, y'all?
Alright. Pretty good. How was your week? How was you guys' Valentine's Day?
It was cool. Went out to eat with the wife. Saw the new little Bob Marley joint. That joint was jack cool.
What did you think about that joint?
It was good. When I first saw the trailer, my worry was that the actor wasn't going to be able to portray him very well. Mm-hmm. But I feel he did play the part very well. I just wish they had gotten a little deeper into his earlier life, because like when the movie starts at, it's like he's already a well-known established artist.
Yeah,
so I mean, like they had little flashbacks here and there, but I just wish you had gotten a little deeper into what first, his earlier career in music and everything. But other than that, it wasn't bad. I enjoyed it.
Is it worth going to see?
I would say so.
What's your out of 10?
Out of 10, I get like a humble 7.
Okay.
I'm with you on that. See, it did give backstory though.
Not a whole lot though, you know what I'm saying? Like it just could have been a little more. I just feel like, but then I feel like with my generation, it's like my generation, they only like Bob Marley because of the weed smoking. So I feel like I feel like they were probably working on a limited budget because they didn't know how well this movie was gonna do. So I can understand why it didn't have as much in it, because the runtime was like an hour 40 minutes. Your average movie now is like 2 hours plus.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, for me, it was cool. I ain't got no major complaints.
That wig, that's all. That wig was ugh. But in terms of just how that was played and how they remade all the scenes and everything, it was well done in my opinion.
Yeah, I think so. Are you gonna go see it, Zoom?
For me?
Yeah.
If I get time. I don't have time for nothing these days.
I feel you. Trust me, I'm with you on that. We always me and my wife always try to make it a point to go to the movies because we got that AMC A-list. Mm-hmm. So I feel like I bought that because it'll make us go to the movies.
No, and then I feel like now, because I'm always so busy, I end up falling asleep. Even when I'm watching a movie at home, I fall asleep.
I do the same thing.
I mean, you at home though. See, now you spend money to go to a theater. That's
they have
different.
the big chairs, and I always take my blanket because I'm always cold.
Sound like my girlfriend.
So, what'd you do?
What, for Valentine's Day? Kind of just chilled, had lunch.
Did you get dinner cooked for you?
No dinner cooked for me.
No dinner cooked for you?
Mm-mm.
What?
No dinner cooked for me.
Man. So, but you just had lunch?
No, I had lunch. We had a relaxing day.
Okay.
A very chill, relaxing day. So I'll take that.
Okay, that's what's up. Me, I went to the movies to see the Bob Marley joint. We went early in the day. My job let me off a little early so I can go catch that joint. And then we went to this place called Palette 22. I always talk about Palette 22, but
Where is it?
It's, I don't even want to tell you. It's not worth it. It's in Clarendon.
But what
VA.
makes it not worth it?
So back in the day, it used to be like you would pay a certain amount for all you can eat. It's small plates, right? So you get small plates. You had a
Tapas?
yeah.
Okay.
And so you get a full menu. They had a lot of different selections, and you order as much as you want. Normally they have brunch or dinner. They stopped that shit last year. You know I'm cheap, so
this is what to say. Do you not like it because you're cheap?
Yes.
You couldn't get all you can eat.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Yes, that is why, because I'm cheap, and
Such a cheapskate.
and so I'm like, no, but Miss Haiti was the same way. She was blown, because you know how you so used to something, and then all of a sudden it changes. We was used to that, and then it changed. I'm like, what the fuck?
But did y'all still have a good time?
Yeah, we enjoyed each other's company.
Okay.
We talked, and we had fun. So it was cool. And then came home. I think I blew the shit out of her when we got home though, because we were supposed to watch it. Yeah, we were supposed to watch a movie when we got home, and I ended up watching my Tyler Perry shows, and so she was kind of ticked off about that.
How you going to see?
I just wanted to catch up on that episode of that
You could have
particular
caught
show.
up on that tomorrow.
I could have, but she was getting ready to go to sleep anyway. So, because she had to go to work, so I knew she was getting ready to go to sleep. So that's what I did.
It's not the same.
It's
not the same.
It's not.
No.
It's not. But I mean, I'm gonna try to make it up to her. But I did. So what I did was, I got her some roses, and then I created a video.
Do you guys consider yourself romantic people?
I'm very romantic.
Yeah.
I'm very, very. Do you?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I am.
All
am.
right, give me something that's romantic.
So to me,
that you would do.
I see. It doesn't have to be about like how much money you spend, but it's like the little things. So I always like to find out like stuff that people like, and I like to do like a scavenger hunt. Like say if it was an anniversary or something, and I'll start off with like first date, the place we did a first date, and then like leave something, and you have to go to this place and this place, and each place has like a significant value to it or from us, and then we wind up to another particular place. I'm very romantic.
What's the most romantic thing that has ever been done for you?
I don't want to talk about it.
Well, wait. Okay.
No. Let me see. I've had like been surprised with like a dinner on the rooftop
Wow.
with like candlelights and like someone playing music and things like that. So it's a lot. I like the little things to me. Even someone leaving, like if I took lunch or something, or in my car, you leaving a little note saying like how much you love me, how much you appreciate me. To me, those mean things to me.
Okay.
Like if you make a card instead of going out to buying it, I keep those. So.
What about you, Millie?
What's the question on hand?
What's the most romantic thing you have had done to you?
Had done for me?
For you. To you.
Valentine's Day 2 years ago, my girlfriend had cooked me dinner, did the room up, the whole candles, the flowers, the balloons, and everything, and it was chill.
Okay.
You know, it's mainly the man that got to put the effort in. So
that's not true.
That's not true. Sometimes us ladies have to do things. You know what? And I told my friend, I was like, it's not always about me. Sometimes it has to be about you too.
Yeah.
So
now I'm gonna say this. For me, my wife has done so many different things that is crazy. Most romantic thing that I've ever had done, like you said, simple shit. Picnic. just chilling out or just listening to me and getting me little things that she hears me talk about. Mm-hmm. I'm big in electronics.
I feel that. Actually, I left out. So for this Valentine's Day, actually, my girlfriend bought me a Lego set. And like you said, that sounds small, but
no, I love
we always go to the store and look at them, and we always like, I don't got the money to be wasting money on a Lego right now. And I'm always looking at them. So she was like, you've been looking at Lego, so I got you a Lego set. So that meant a lot to me.
That's a perfect date night thing now.
Yeah.
Is doing that. So yeah.
Somebody said that to me too. Somebody said, you should go buy her the Lego flowers.
Mm-hmm. And my girlfriend has been looking at them damn Lego flowers. She was like, oh, those are so cute. So
they are. You should get them for her. 'Cause I was gonna.
So I'm interested. I know she got something good. So the most romantic thing that's ever happened to you, Kim. Come on over. Come on up here. Come on. Yeah, come on, girl. Come on, I'm put you on the spot.
Even the audience.
Or anybody in the audience. What's the most romantic thing that's ever happened?
Or that you've done.
Any comments? Comments, bro.
Speak. I was about to say, Buddha's in the chat. He said, in terms of you, Mr. Sharp Shot, he said, Ingrid buys you animals and it turns you on.
It does. It does.
You do what?
He said, my wife buys me animals and it turns me on.
No, we got to shout out to Buddha. He couldn't be here tonight.
Buddha couldn't be here tonight, but he'll be back next week. So shout out to Buddha. Go ahead.
So the most romantic thing, I guess my husband had rented one of those igloos. And we had a picnic in the backyard.
Okay.
And it was decorated nice for Valentine's Day. And he had a chef cook, and we had dessert, and it was a great night.
I did that on our
It was a little heater. It was a little heater in there. It was real cute.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Now, how do you feel about when the chef cooked for you?
I mean, the chef was my son, so it was fun.
Oh, okay. I did that. So our first date, not our first date, but in the beginning, I had got a hotel room. I was working at the Marriott at the time, so I had chefs on deck, and I had one of my partners come in the room while we were out, and when we came back, he was in the room cooking.
Do you still do that?
I haven't done that.
See,
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm slipping. I'm so slipping. Like, okay, so what's some things that you would do to keep that spark going?
Why not continue to do the same stuff you did when you was dating?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's the little things. It's the little things.
Yes.
There's not one thing you can do because it's anything,
Yeah.
Help out around the house. That's romantic.
That's the thing, though. Once you get to a certain point, it's like the romantic shit is cleaning up, paying a bill.
No. You can't lose that spark. Yeah, you still have to keep that spark in the relationship.
Yeah.
So you still gotta you have to be friends, but you still gotta have that sexual spark between each other. So
Of course.
you can't stop what you was doing,
would
which
definitely
happens
agree.
a lot when you're dating, when you get married.
I would definitely agree. All right, so real quick, I'm going to jump into this real quick. It ain't going to take a whole lot of time, but I found this to be very, very interesting and wild at the same time. So, a manager at the Chinatown Walgreens had inside help setting up robberies.
I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of them did.
So basically, he was the Walgreens in Chinatown. Had a bunch of people coming in, robbed the store. Well, it was getting robbed on several occasions, and coming to find out the manager had something to do with it.
But the Walgreens,
Yeah, I
sell
mean,
paper towels, tissue.
no, but think about it.
You got me like shit. Forgetting out. Yeah, what are they taking?
Yeah, that's what are you taking from Walgreens?
Well, I don't know if it didn't necessarily specify if it was like armed robberies. So if it was armed robberies, they cash. And
But they said robberies, so
yeah, it
how
was
many times you
on a
gonna hit
regular
one
basis.
store?
Right.
Yeah, it was on a regular basis. It wasn't just once. And you know how the crime is in D.C. Some of them spots get robbed and hit up on a regular basis. So, it wasn't just one time. It was several times. And come to find out, he orchestrated the whole thing.
I don't know. If I'm gonna go to jail, I'm gonna go to jail for something big, not for stealing toilet paper.
Like I said, it might have been cash. Wait, you got some comments?
Yeah, just from Minister Raywood. I believe that's Michaels Jr. He said they got over 10K in one heist. They were taking cash.
Yeah, they were taking cash. That's what I thought. They was taking cash. They was straight coming in that joint, get up. They was taking straight cash. So
then, like multiple times. So like the police don't start staking that out after a while. That the store keeps getting hit. The same store multiple times.
DC police, they're
overwhelmed.
They are very overwhelmed. Did you hear about the 3 cops that got shot serving them?
No.
They were actually going to see about a animal cruelty complaint, and so it was ASPCA or whatever, the animal control.
SPCA.
Animal control went to a house, and when they went to the house to go check on animal cruelty, they brought the police with them, and the guy just started dumping on them. This happened this morning, and the guy just started dumping on them. And 3 police got shot. Well, yesterday. I'm sorry, happened yesterday. 3 police got shot. They found 21 dogs in this house.
That's crazy.
No, we're not related.
That's crazy. No, but you know what though? It's like the breeding thing has been gotten out of hand. There was another guy in DC because my sister worked for the SPCA that was breeding Great Danes, and they found like 80 dogs.
Damn.
In his house, and inside multiple crates, and then they were like, they were stacked on, crates were stacked on top of each other. They had in the yard, the dogs were like in their own poo. It was horrible. Like, it's bad.
I say this to say, if you are looking for a dog, make sure you do the research on the breeder. I wanted to breed dogs, but it's too much work.
That's way too much work.
It's so much work. I was like, nah, the hell with this. After my dog had 1 litter, I was done. I can't do it no more. So I just decided not to do it. But yeah, just make sure you do some research on the breeder. Make sure it's a reputable breeder, because you get some of these dogs that you get a puppy and that one got parvo or.
But that can happen with any dog though. But you also want to learn the temperament of the parents.
That too, yeah.
And that's going to find out how like your dog is going to end up coming out as well.
And you want to try if you can see both parents, because people will show you pictures and them pictures be phony as a mug. So people will definitely show you pictures. You want to see what's going on. So let's get into the shit.
Oh, I do want to shout out and thank everybody for y'all decision on the dress.
Oh yeah, how'd that go?
I had a good time.
Okay.
I had a good time, and I had fun doing that.
Yeah, just freaking dress on.
I wouldn't call it the freakum dress. I think the last black dress would have been the freakum dress, but I had a good time, and I felt good in it. So
that's what's up.
So shout out, thanks everybody that put their input in.
Who was at the gala?
What do you mean?
Was anybody performing? Normally Metro got somebody performing, like an artist or a band or something.
No, and they always have a DJ.
Oh, okay.
They
Christmas balls be lit, because I remember I worked one of their Christmas balls doing photography. They had Life Jennings. They had who they have? They had EU and a couple of other bands, and Belladonna. They had EU, Belladonna, and somebody else. Ash was lit. They Christmas parties be off the chain.
You know I'm not into go-go. Don't shoot me off.
Nah, you good. I got you. I totally understand.
So I'm glad they didn't. But I was nice and lit for their open bar.
I bet you was. Oh, so we in negotiations with Bar 210 to do an open bar coming soon. So we'll let y'all know more about that shortly. Towards the end of the show, just to let y'all know, towards the end of the show, I'm going to show y'all, we got the CIU Radio business page up, so we will be shutting down the group page and going to the CIU Radio business page strictly starting March 1st, because due to our research, it's more beneficial to have a business page.
And to keep it open, so everybody
and to keep it open source, because we got the group page private, and we're missing out on a lot. Squilla! We're missing out on a lot of potential listeners and listeners. So we're trying to broaden that up, get that popping. So just to let y'all know.
All right, so let's get to it.
All right, so exploring open and non-traditional relationship styles. I need you to break that down for me.
So, in this day and age, you have people that it's not just monogamous relationships anymore. People are in open relationships, they're in poly relationships, they have their some partners are bisexual. So then, like, how do you navigate that with being in? Well, I don't know because you're married, but in single or. You're in a relationship, but
I mean,
like,
I could answer that how I would.
When you were single, how do you navigate that? And then, are you open to different ideas and different perspectives from your mate, or do you specifically say that this has to be a monogamous relationship?
For me, like you said, I'm married, so it's definitely gonna have to be a monogamous relationship. 'Cause I ain't fucking with my wife; she'd kill me. But honestly, I can't get with all this open relationship. Back in the day, if I had an open relationship, the other person didn't know it was open.
Then that's not open. That's a secret.
That was a secret.
It's not open.
What about you?
Who you talking to, Millie?
Talking to Millie.
Even if I was in a relationship, I was always very monogamous. Whoever I was with at that time, that's what I wanted. Like, I don't do that open thing and all that sharing and poly and whatever.
Sharing is caring.
Well, I don't care. But nah.
But then would you, if your significant other said that they wanted to, and this goes to both sides, because y'all don't do open, but if your significant other said that they wanted to have like a threesome, would you do that?
No. Me personally, if it's my look on it as is that a threesome is for either a single person or so the relationship where y'all are already established that you're okay with stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So if this is like my girlfriend now, we're both very monogamous. Like, I wouldn't ask her for a threesome, she wouldn't ask me for a threesome. This is something we've asked and like talked about, and I told her like, I wouldn't. Just like I said, I don't. Even if it's another woman, I know a lot of people like, oh, that's so hot. I don't want to see no one else pleasing my woman but me. Mm-hmm. So even if it's another female, if I see another female pleasing my woman, I'm gonna be like, oh hell no, you doing my job? That's my job. Like, I don't share. Something. That's cool. I don't need teaching. I can. Her body gives me all the answers I need to let me know her reactions to what I do. I don't share.
That is true. Now, me, if I was to go on a vacation somewhere, and for some strange reason, my wife was like, you know what, let's have some fun. But it had to be another woman. It couldn't be another man. I'm sorry, can't do it.
But why the double standard? I'm not saying,
because it is what it is. I'm just saying it is what it is.
That's why I also wouldn't do it, because I wouldn't be fair. It would have to be a woman if I was to even consider it. Mm-hmm. So being that I already know that's how I feel, and be like, well, I wouldn't even ask for one, because she could go, well, what if I wanted to be a dude? And be like, hell no. Well, then no.
Mm-hmm. Fellas, would y'all? So you know the rules. Come on, Squilla. You know the rules. Would y'all accept an open relationship or a different type of style of relationship when it comes to the different styles? Like what's the polyamorous? What the hell is that?
Do you specifically say that we have to have a monogamous relationship, or are you willing to be open, or are you willing to do like the poly relationship?
We're talking on in a perfect world, something now that's going on. No one's married, nobody's nothing, right?
Nobody's married.
Perfect world.
Okay, that's what we're talking about.
Your perfect world.
I give it a shot. I'm not saying that would be the way I roll, for the rest of my life or anything like that. But I'd give it a shot. I don't think, to tell you the truth, I don't even think it's something I'd really even cling on to. But just to experience life, I think I would. But it would definitely have to be another broad, because if it's two broads, it's a 3. But if it's two dudes, it's a G.
No. So we've had this discussion, and people always have that debate.
Thank you very much.
So then, why is it that if it's 2 men, then it's a train, but why can't it be a threesome? Because a threesome is 3 people.
I mean, it is technically a threesome. It's just like you said, it is a double standard. That's just the way shit is looked at.
But it's That's not a, how can it be a train if it's 3? If it's 3 people?
That's how men think. That's how we think. I'm sorry. I'm just going.
And y'all ignorant.
That's just how we think.
Yeah, that too. I just don't want to be around another dude with his nah, bro.
Strong out.
Yeah, on God, bro. I don't want to be in a room with a dude with his shit out. I'm like, nah, bro. Watch out.
I mean, I'm gonna be completely honest. Mm-hmm. Dudes have been doing it for forever. Like, so I can't say that never been in a situation as far as the G part. Because, back in the day, we had the chicks that was just for the streets. They was for everybody. And so you had that one that was for everybody, that the crew was there, the crew was going to get it. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't nothing that I definitely get, nah. But if it was two women, like I said, if we have to be on vacation somewhere.
But why does it have to be on vacation?
Because I don't want to see that broad again.
So if your significant other told you guys that she wanted to be with another woman, would you accept that, or would you be like, no?
What, just like to explore?
Yeah, you sound like just like
both. Explore or have a relationship.
So to switch our relationship. So clarify that. Adding a third. If it's a woman, my pocket's got to be right.
But would you feel like you're lacking something to make her want to feel like she needs to add something?
Nah, it might just be something that she's into. Honestly, I wouldn't. We would have to have a heavy discussion on the dynamics of how that relationship will work. Like I said, either my pocket's got to be fatter, or is it something to where that woman is contributing to the household? You know what I'm saying? Okay. I mean, how would you feel?
If what?
If your significant other said, I don't want to bring another woman into the relationship.
Well, I mean, y'all know I openly play around. So
you'd be cool.
So it all depends on the situation. You can't bring somebody, but I can. I'll bring somebody.
So then technically that's something of a double standard.
It's not.
Right?
It's not, because in order for the situation itself to work, is both women have to be attracted to each other.
That
more
is true.
than they're attracted. Then she's attracted to the man, because if not, it's always going to cause issues.
Okay, I got you. I understand that. Now, does that invite? So if a man brings another woman, or a woman, it just comes in a relationship, does that kind of give the woman an invite to request for another man? Yeah. Y'all feel as it brings an invite? Like,
I do.
I mean, I don't.
Women are calculated.
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. I mean, I guess it all depends on the relationship, or depends on who it is. Because if you're my man, you're gonna be my man regardless. But if you want to play around with another female, I don't care about that. So I'm not gonna bring in another guy, because I know how fragile the male ego is, and y'all can't take that.
that is true. I ain't gonna lie to you. The male ego is extremely fragile. So it's gonna be some friction if another dude comes in. Unless that guy is that way. Go to the comments, bro.
To you and your threesome and your vacation, Ingrid said it would never happen.
I know that, but...
And then Buddha said, in terms of to bringing another female into the picture, he said, with my wife, hell no, marriage is sacred, never let another in our bedroom.
Okay.
My view, if she... voicing me she wanted to bring another female into, now it's just like, now in terms of for a one-time thing, I'll try it. Like you said, like if she does something, she's like, I just want to try it, just to explore. Then okay. Now in terms of like now bringing making it a, what would that be, poly relationship or whatever?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think I could do all that. Like like Pop said, it would be have to be a long conversation, but I can't really see myself getting with that.
Okay.
It definitely had to be a long conversation. Me personally, it all depends. But again, my wife wouldn't approve of it at all. So that's some shit that would never happen.
You're married.
It would never happen. But what if you brought that person in just because? So okay, say you brought up something about love languages, right? What if you and your partner have two different love languages, and they brought that person in to kind of fulfill the love language that they have?
But everybody has different love languages.
What are the different love languages?
Nobody's love languages are completely the same. So there's acts of service. There is physical touch. There is quality time. what's the? Hold on, I'm getting brain fart.
The 5 love languages.
It's gifts.
Gifts.
And then the last one is words of affirmation.
Okay.
So everybody's list is different. For me, my first one is quality time. Then it's physical touch. Then it's words of affirmation. Gifts for me is last.
Okay.
So I always feel like in a relationship, when you start out the relationship, that's a conversation that you need to have, is what are your love languages, and then how do you like to be, like, because the way that I receive love and the way that you give love is something totally different.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Can you hear me better? You hear me better? Okay.
My
Can
bad, because
everybody hear me
if I
better
turn that joint
They
up,
hear
it's
me?
gonna give feedback.
They can hear me? Okay.
Okay, so let me. I'm gonna try. I'll mess with it. Let me ask you this. So you said your love languages. How do you bring somebody to? Well, how do you? How can I say? Put those love languages together when you're
do you
totally opposite love languages.
What do you mean?
Like, okay, so if yours is, you said your first one is what?
My love language, my main one is quality time.
Okay.
Their love language may be words of affirmation.
Okay.
So it's my love language is how I like to receive love. So it's, hey, we're spending time together. We're doing something together. And you may not necessarily have to be out and about, but we're just relaxing and we're chilling. His may be words of affirmation, whereas I'm always constantly telling him that, not always constantly, but you're great, or hey, baby, you look good today, or giving him those words to affirm him. So those are the ways that you do it. Everybody's isn't always going to be, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh. Everybody's set on how they want it isn't always going to be the same, but you just need to find out from your spouse is what are yours and how they like to be received. Can y'all hear me? Okay. What about you?
Yeah, you just fine.
No. What are your love languages?
Oh shit. My love language, physical touch.
What's
Big
the
on what are all of them again?
so physical touch, words of affirmation,
You're gonna need
quality
explanations.
time.
Okay, no, I'm not.
His slow ass gonna need explanations.
No, he's not. Quality time, words of affirmation, physical touch, acts of service, and then gifts. Did I miss one?
No.
Mine will have to be physical touch, quality time, and these are.
I mean,
So then when you're saying like physical touch, is it more sexual or is it more of like you just want somebody to like be around you, touch you?
Like I love hugging my girlfriend, kissing her, or riding in the car and she's holding my arm and rubbing my arm.
Okay.
I love shit like that.
Because a lot of people get confused with that, and they feel like just because physical touch is something that's always sexual, and I'm like,
No.
yeah, it definitely doesn't have to be sexual. It could simply just be, like you said, holding hands. Whatever. What's some of y'all love languages out there? Any love languages out there? Y'all want to share? No?
What's yours?
Mine?
Bald scalp.
I'm going to say quality time. Quality time. And, I'm going to say quality time and definitely physical touch. I'm an affectionate person. I'm a Libra. So Libras are affectionate people. So I'm definitely going to say affection, a lot of affection.
So how do you guys navigate as being like in a committed relationship and being married? What if your love language is physical touch, but that's like the furthest from hers, and she doesn't like to be touched? Then what do you do?
That's what I was trying to get. You said it better than I did. That's what I was trying to get at. What if your love language is totally different? Like, for instance, I was in a relationship to whereas my love language, like I said, is physical touch, but she just was not affectionate at all. Everything else was great. She just was not affectionate. And when I finally got the affection, I fucked it up. I did something stupid and fucked it up.
So was it that she wasn't affectionate, or that she had kind of built a wall because of stuff that happened to her in her past, that it took her a longer time to be as affectionate to you than you wanted.
She just wasn't an affectionate type person.
Did you tell her that that's something that you need?
Yeah, all the time. All the time. And she just was like, well, that's not me, but I'll work on it. And she did work on it. And like I said, when she got there, I fucked it up.
Okay, but she did work on it.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing I have an issue with is someone that does not work on it.
Yeah.
If I tell you this is something that I need and then you don't attempt to do it, then that's an issue for me.
Yeah, so if
But if you're trying, then.
If you're in a relationship and you constantly give those signs, okay, I want this, I want that, and the person doesn't give it to you, then what's the point?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what is the point? So you got to make sure that you are giving what your partner's asking for, unless it's just some shit that's just totally out the way, unnecessary.
But what if they're giving you everything else except for that? Then what do you do?
I don't know.
It depends on how important it is to you. I mean, like, if they're giving you everything else, if you can live without that one thing, like, although it's your main, if you can live without it, because it sounds like you're happy everywhere else, and I feel like you just...
So can you live without being touched?
I don't know. Because when me and my girlfriend first started dating, she wasn't as touchy as I was, but like I said, we talked about it. I was that's something I really like, and so she worked on it, and she's gotten better at it. So, and then vice versa, whereas if anything that I'm not doing, we work on it. So I'm with someone who's willing to work on it. So I don't know. But could I? Do I feel like I could? Not really.
So I got a question, because I feel like a lot of men, especially black men, you guys hold in, like, how you feel, and you don't really express yourself. Do you feel like you guys do that now? And that, like, if it's something that you need, that you really tell your partner, like, this is what I need from you in order to make me feel fulfilled?
I do. Initially, I didn't. I would hold in a lot, and I already have bad anger. And so that would cause me to, when I finally did say it, instead of us just having a conversation, I'm blowing up at her. And it turned into a bigger thing than what it needed to be. And so once again, one thing is that with time, being with the same person, we just learn to talk to each other more. A lot of men, they don't want to open up front out of fear of it being thrown back in our face later.
Now, me personally, I've kind of been there. So if the person wasn't giving me my ultimate love language, then I'm, like you said, I'm going to have to get them to work on it. We need to talk about this. You got to give me something.
But how soon do you tell them that at the beginning?
Yeah.
Of that, or do you hold it in and you wait?
I tell them at the beginning. Now, your specific question was, do you kind of let your feelings show, or tell them your feelings? At one point, I used to hold everything in until I couldn't take it anymore. Then I would blow up, and it was so toxic that I just couldn't take it anymore. So I was like, you know what? From now on, whatever I'm feeling, I'm gonna let it out. And now I do that, and it makes me deal with a lot of situations a whole lot easier and better.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I just gotta let it out. I can't hold it in no more.
Okay.
And my wife, I think my wife appreciates that. Do y'all as women, do you appreciate it more when a man is forthcoming with his feelings?
Of course. Because to me, one, if you're willing to open up and share, that means that you have a level of trust with me. But then two, if I'm doing something wrong, let me know so I can try to correct it and I can try to fix it. So then we're not having a bigger problem later. I always say, like, if I do something to piss you off, tell me now so we can talk about it and we can fix it, instead of it just festering and then it becomes a bigger issue later and becomes an argument. So.
Because that just causes a lot of issues. That's why. So I hate to go back to it, but that's why I say when we were talking about therapy, therapy or couples therapy, couples retreats, whatever, it gives you the tools to deal with those situations when they arise.
But I mean, it does. But I still feel like people need to have therapy on their own, because you have traumas that you need to deal with and work with.
Definitely
try to heal other people.
Definitely, you definitely gotta deal with your shit first. But as far as, like I said, couples therapy is can be totally different from independent therapy. Like I said, it just gives you the tools to
So do you go to therapy, couples therapy, when there's a problem? Or do you feel like people should automatically, because, of course you're going to do premarital counseling at the beginning. But then, like, do you continue to always talk and have guidance with either, like, your pastor or somebody else? Or have you typically gone to therapy, like, once there's a problem, like, we need somebody else to be able to fix it?
Let me say it like this. This is the way I wanted to put it last time we talked about it. But, so my thing is, therapy for me, or couples therapy for me, would be preventative maintenance. So you get a car, right? When you get your car, you service your car, right? Mm-hmm. So you get your oil change, you get your tune-up, you get your oil change every 3 months, you get your tune-up every year or whatever, and then you check your air pressure and your tires and all that shit to make sure that your car doesn't break down, right? It's gonna break down, something's gonna happen while you have it, but as long as you do all those things, that preventative care is unlikely that you'll have major problems. So I look at at marriage and therapy like a car. The therapy is the preventative maintenance. As long as we get those tools to learn how to communicate, because everybody thinks that they know how to communicate.
But you get those tools already in premarital counseling?
No.
Like, why would you feel like you have to go to a therapist after? Again,
Preventative maintenance. So when you go before, that's just to kind of tell you if y'all compatible. But then it's so many situations that you have not dealt with yet. Mm-hmm. So, and again, communication. So when you go to love languages, everybody has different communication styles that go with them love languages. Would you agree?
That's correct. Mm-hmm.
So communication is a big thing. Everybody thinks that they know how to communicate, but when it comes down to it, you get into a specific situation and you realize that sometimes it takes somebody else to make you realize that your communication skills are shit. Mm-hmm. Has anybody ever had that issue? Like, you had some...
Of course.
That's what the therapist is for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. To help you learn how to...
And then they're going to milk that, for as many
Can't hear you.
hours as they
Can't hear you. You already know.
While he's coming up, go to the comments.
Go to the comments.
Yeah, that's what the therapist is there for. They do their conduit, to a relationship to kind of let you guys, basically what they are, they're married to you and it seems like a lot of times it can lead to more accountability.
Man.
Exactly. Things like that. From what I see, I haven't done it myself, things like that, but I know the gist of it. Yeah. So it would lead to a little more accountability, so I can see where it could be healthy to do it. That's not my thing, but I can definitely see where it is. It's cool. It's cool as work.
Yeah, I think so. But like I said, a lot of people don't agree. But I'm not gonna tell nobody my problem. If Buddha was here, he'd be getting.
Because I don't know. I feel like you should already have those tools for and be able to communicate. I'm not saying that you shouldn't go to therapy, and I don't believe. But then I'm like, I feel like you should have those tools from the beginning. Sure.
Definitely. Tap in.
So, I know, right? We have to get to baseline first before we get into these relationships. So a lot of us walk into these counselor situations thinking that these counselors are going to help heal the problems that we already have before we get into these relationships. I've been married for 24 years. I was not prepared. Check one.
You good.
So I was not prepared for what my wife was asking me for because I didn't even know who I was. I got married when I was 24, 25 years old. The process started, we're living, but there was a lot of things that had occurred in my mom's house that was affecting the current relationship that I was in, that I'm currently in. And it's still a problem and problematic because we have to be able to acknowledge where those issues started. And that's one of my biggest issues. I can't speak for everyone else, but how do we move forward if I don't know what my baseline is?
I'm glad you said that because the most important part of it is acknowledgement. We have to acknowledge that we have issues, and most people don't want to acknowledge the issues that they have. It takes a lot out of somebody to just acknowledge that. I mean,
but then once you do acknowledge it, how do you fix it? Like, you don't feel like that wouldn't be a fix?
There's a fix for anything. You have to accept someone.
Or to be able to adjust.
Yeah, that's important. What you're saying is definitely important. My bad.
There's not a fix for that. you have to accept the person that you've accepted and all of those things that come with them. As they start to reveal those things to you, you have to ask yourself, can you actually handle these things? We should be doing this in the first stages of the relationship.
Correct.
We shouldn't be expecting a counselor to help heal us through these traumatic situations.
Correct.
A lot of us are still suffering from something a girl did to us in the 8th grade.
But again, you don't think that you can, okay, you say we can't fix. Can we heal?
There's no fix. You
Can we
can't fix a
heal?
car. You can identify what a problem is, but you can't really fix it. You're repairing it until something else breaks down.
Okay.
And then you put another patch on that, and then you move in. I'm going to get some new tires. I'll put some rims on it because I'm fancy. You know what I mean? We can do all of that. But the reality of it is you can't really fix a relationship. This person is going to change whether you ask them to or not.
Correct. But do you feel like, because of course, especially if you grow together, you're going to change over time.
Do you really grow together?
You can't. No, you can.
Of course.
When
So
you
you
go,
think that
when
you
you
grow
go to work,
apart?
does your man go to work with you?
No.
You're growing in a totally different space he has no idea about.
But that doesn't mean that you guys can't grow together as individuals. I'm still
Understood.
going to come home and tell you about my day, about my work.
But you still evolve as well.
Correct.
Right. He's not able to accept that evolution. He has to accept what you're willing to share or have what you remember to share. We forget things. So is he really evolving with you, or is he evolving based on what you're telling him?
Based off of what you're telling me.
Yeah. Okay.
Correct. That's true.
Okay. I got
That's
that.
true. would
But
say
I
that.
still feel like you can, once you heal from the traumas that you've experienced, it
No,
will. No, I'm just going back on what he said. You can't fix it, but you can heal from it.
So
You can heal from it. So
Heal yourself. That's not your partner's responsibility.
no, it's definitely not. Definitely not. You definitely got to heal
when you-
yourself,
but when you're saying
and
you
then it
can't
makes
fix
you a
it,
better person.
do you learn to just adapt and go around it? But what if it's a bigger problem? Like what
Like
if it's
what?
like a outside family, like a
Give me something
parent,
good.
like like say for instance, I'm in a relationship and my mom is the issue, you know. So then, how do you like? How do you go around that? How do you navigate that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I wanted to go ahead. No, by all means.
Communication, man.
Yes.
So the communication has to start with whoever you have that initial issue with. I can look at my spouse and say, I need you to do this, but if my problem is here, I have to build a confidence up to be able to go back and tell my mother, which I had to do several times. She wanted to do the female thing where, well, she shouldn't be doing this, and I had to tell her, that's not your job. She wasn't happy about being told that, though, because in her world, she was my protector as my mother. But as a husband to my wife, I had to check her. Most people can't talk to their parents like that. Like, can you really pick up the phone and call your mother or your father or whoever raised you and tell them the truth? That's where the problems start. That's where the solutions begin. Because now you can go into another situation with somebody you have no clue about, whole within. And now you can walk in and say, this is me. You can be vulnerable. But a lot of us try to use vulnerability as a tool to get what we want. I like her, so I'm going to put this on tonight. I want to do this, so I'm going to dry that. You do all of these things, but the whole time you're meeting these people, you're lying in the initial phases of these relationships. And you're going to be required to maintain that standard. Now, the question is, can you? And most of us can't because we haven't healed. We don't have a sufficient baseline.
I always ask this question. When you get into a relationship, should you start off with just telling the person the bad shit? No, this is what's wrong with me.
no. You said all of it?
you really want that person to tell the truth, if you really want them to accept you for who you are,
So do you
See,
tell them just
somebody that
everything?
agree.
huh?
You just lay everything on the table.
Lay everything out on the table. Just lay all your bad shit out.
I think you have to. It depends on what you want from that person. So if you really like this person, I would try honesty first, because that way they can't use it against me later on. Right?
I told you I snore like a fucking
No,
bitch.
I told you. I'm gonna even make it more risque. I notice women just like I notice you. 2 years from now, when I'm walking through the mall, are you gonna get upset because I noticed that woman?
That's just human. That's just human nature. Honestly, that's just a man's nature.
Man, I got brothers now that can't even look at TV because their women don't want them looking at women because they are attractive. because that she feels
But
that.
that's because he
I'm being
made her-
trivial now, though.
But to me,
No,
I
but
feel
that's a
like
good
when
thing.
women are like that, is because the man made them feel uneasy at some point in time in their relationship, made them to question another woman.
Or was he honest up front? That I notice women.
I mean, everybody
And
has
is he
eyes.
allowed
People
to be
should
that
already
honest
know.
in the initial phases of the relationship?
They should be.
Now, I
'Cause
would
she
have
has
to-
eyes. I know she looks at. You know what I'm saying? Like we look at
that's
men.
not the narrative that's being sold, though.
But we can't. But honestly, we can't. But we can't get mad at that either, though, because I mean, we all human. So if I'm out and my wife takes a look,
Yeah.
I mean, fine. It is what it is. I know she coming home to me at night, so I'm not worried about. And I don't have any major insecurities. I'm not gonna say I don't have any insecurities at all, because I'd be lying like shit.
Right.
But I don't have any major insecurities, and as long as my wife knows that I'm with her, it shouldn't be no problem.
No, that's not. It's not the issue. But we have to be healed again within to even be able to say that or to
I agree.
articulate that to our partner, because everybody's not that secure.
That is
right.
true. That is
You're
very
right.
true.
Now, what builds and makes someone secure within a relationship?
Themselves.
Learning about you.
Yeah.
Exactly what the
Yourself.
You got to
You
learn.
gotta be
you.
secure in
Your
yourself.
relationships, your jobs, your money, your children. Any effort that you put in to be something is going to require you to know who you are.
Because it's a reflection of you, period.
You can't move forward.
Yeah, I agree.
It's dead in the water until you look in that mirror.
I agree, because it's definitely a reflection of you. Everything that you do is, in a relationship is a reflection of you. So I totally agree. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. I definitely agree. I definitely agree. That look, I'm about to make him part of the show.
No,
I
that's a good
so
point.
huh?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm listening.
So no. So I mean, you got anything else to say on that, or Millie, you got anything to say on that?
Yeah, man, change it up, man. That language is some sucker shit, man. Get you
In terms of, nah, not really.
So do you feel like you're a very secure person and insecure in your relationship?
I do have, I mean, like, once again, yes, I have some insecurities, but, am I secure in my relationship? Yeah. Like I said, no, it's like, if I was to see my girl notice someone, it is what it is. Just like my girlfriend's not naive. She's like, she be like, you have eyes. I know you're gonna look. As long as it's just a look, it's just a look. You see things every day. You can't not see things. You can't walk around with your eyes closed. So.
Yeah.
So at what point of you guys' relationships do you feel like you became secure? Was it at the very beginning, or do you feel like she made you feel secure enough in the relationship that you knew that she wasn't going anywhere? Like, at what point of that relationship did you feel like you're secure? Like,
I'm gonna let him answer first.
It was a little later, just because of how I was done in the past. I have trust issues, and that just once again falls onto me dealing with my own issues. But as time went on, we had certain things happen, and she told me, you don't have to worry about that. I'm just here for you. And her actions showed that. Then I don't got nothing to worry about. But then another thing that I've kind of feel like a lot of people who, this is coming from personal experience and people I observe, a lot of people who are very insecure are always accused, especially when it comes to cheating, are often the ones doing the dirt themselves, because you're doing it and getting away with it, so you're like, they're probably doing it and getting away with it too.
Same thing. I learned mine from a previous relationship, honestly, because I was so fucked up from a previous relationship before that one that I did dumb shit in the I'm gonna say the relationship before my wife.
So you brought your trauma from one to the
Yeah, I
other.
brought my trauma from one to the other, and it fucked everything up. I ain't even gonna lie. So when I got with my wife, I still had a lot of growing to do. So there were some things that were done that I shouldn't have. But honestly, my wife never did anything to make me feel insecure. And my wife, she's she's honest, 100% honest with me about everything. So when there was some shit that I did that was fucked up, she told me I did some shit too. because you did this or you did that.
So did it take like a couple of months, years for you to fully open up to her, like to
Nah, I was
like secure,
open.
or is like from the beginning?
I feel like I was open from the beginning. Miss Haiti, comment and tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like I was open from the beginning. Like I said, except, in the beginning I did some dumb shit that I shouldn't have done. You know what I'm saying? I'm willing to admit that. And it caused her to have some insecurities about me. So, and I regretted every minute of it. I feel like I've made up for it, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I really
felt
don't.
that one, brother.
Huh?
So I felt that one, brother.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've made up for it. I'm not sure, honestly. I mean, if I were to go off of our relationship now and her actions, we good. But again, marriage is constant work, so it's still things that we go through day to day that we still some we struggle with, some we don't. Some we good, some we could get through that shit. But like me personally, I don't like to. I'm not confrontational. I will argue your ass down, but I hate to argue.
But how? That's redundant.
I just don't like to do it. You
then
will
you
push
agree
me,
to
and then I will
disagree.
argue.
She brings it out of you.
Yeah.
No, because you could be like, you know what, you're right.
Language is hate language because she can bring something out of you to bring the monster out of you.
Women can bring the monster out of you.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Women
But you don't
can
think
bring
men
the
can do
monster
that?
out. Yeah,
As
men.
well?
Yeah, men can do it too.
We
But
hold in a lot. We hold in a lot.
you do, but like we always say,
We all do. There's no horse
yeah. But like we always say, women hit below the belt. Women hit below the
You
belt.
don't think
Y'all
men do
know-
too?
No.
No.
No, the
A
only
real
time,
man,
come on,
no.
the only time we hit below the belt,
A real man, no.
come on. Only time we hit below the belt is when you hit
What do you,
so
what do you
deep
consider
that
to be hit below the belt?
What do I consider to be hit below the belt? I mean, just like, okay, so all right, I'll say this, right? Now, don't go nowhere. I'll say this, right? Okay, so I have a visual impairment, right? Mm-hmm. And so I have I've said this on the show before. I got what's called natural nystagmus, constant movement of the eyeball, right? Mm-hmm. And so growing up, that was one of my insecurities. That, I'll get teased and all that shit, and it fuck with me. So for me, hitting below the belt would be my wife saying something about my eyes. Like that would be hitting below the belt because she knows that I struggle with that coming up. And I don't struggle with it to now anymore. I don't give a fuck. I'm old now. I done got to the point now to where I'm like, hey, I'm old, I'm married. I don't need to impress no motherfucking body except for my wife and my children. But, so now, but even still, with that, with her knowing that, if she was to say something about that, that would be hitting below the belt.
So have you ever brought up anything in an argument that she's told you out of confidence, or she's told you and then you kind of use that against her, or you've kind of thrown that back at her?
Yeah.
So that's hitting below the belt.
I said,
men hit below the belt.
I never said I have not hit below the belt. No.
But you just said women. You
Men don't. I
specifically
said men don't
women.
normally hit below the belt unless, like I say, we said it, unless we're pushed.
No, that's not true. Because what do you consider to be pushed? Because your feelings,
If
your
you-
little feelings, I'm not saying little, but
No,
your
you would.
feelings could be hurt by the most minor thing. Because again, we said the male ego could be very fragile, and you can bring up one of the smallest things that she may have told you that made her feel some type of way, or anything that you've done to her, and you throw that in her face. That's hitting below the belt.
I mean, honestly, a lot
Yeah, it
of
doesn't always have to be a defect in order to be considered like hitting below the belt.
But if you put it that way, then I'm gonna say, yeah. Well, we all possibly hit below the belt. Sometimes it's unknowingly though.
That's what people
No.
do when they're.
That's not unknowingly, because you're doing something to get a rise out of the other person or to make them feel some type of way.
How do you get over the tit for tat?
You just let it go. You be like, you know what? To me, I do hate to argue, and I feel like if it's a debate that you're not going to see my point, I'm not going to see your point, I'm either going to be like, you know what? You got it, or let's just agree to disagree.
Now,
And I'm just going to leave it at that.
for me, I'm just like, leave me alone. That's all I want. Leave me alone. I just want. Every man just wants peace. Every man just wants peace. That's all we want, fellas. For the comments, for y'all in here, come to the mic. correct me if I'm wrong. Please tell me I'm wrong. But every man just wants peace.
But so do women. So how you expect for us to give you peace? How do you expect for us to give you peace if you're giving us chaos?
So if we get into an argument and I tell you, all right, just look, let's just leave it for a little while. Leave me alone. Are you gonna walk away, or you want to finish that shit right then and there?
No, because again, like I said, I'm going to say let's just agree to disagree, and that's an easier way than saying just leave me alone, because you're basically saying just shut up and I don't want to deal with this no more. When I'm saying let's just agree to disagree, meaning that you have your point, I have my point. Right now, we're just not seeing eye to eye on this. So in order for us not to have a bigger argument, you're going to have your point, I'm going to have my point, and we're just going to leave it at that.
Yeah.
Huh?
You
think so? I'm like that.
And let that just be what it is. But I've been in a relationship to where it's like I said, I'd be like, all right, look, I don't really want to talk about this right now. Let's leave it alone. Or no, I ain't gonna lie. Leave me alone, please. Can you just leave me alone for right now? And that person just consistently would just keep going and keep saying shit.
So do you just walk away, or do you?
Yeah, if I can. Hell yeah.
So I propose this. So we can always talk about how we got here, but I prefer to think about solutions.
What's the proper solution?
What are our goals for the week? Do we have meetings like we have meetings at work?
Okay.
Lessons learned meetings. So it's Sunday. Mm-hmm. We've been dealing with this shit for 7 days, right? Are we going to sit down and acknowledge all of these things and say, you know what, this week on Wednesday you pissed me off, you got on my fucking nerves, da-da-da-da-da. Do we not have enough of those types of conversations in order to resolve these issues? Or do we constantly spend time poking the bear? I'm going to get you to understand my version.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
You sure you ain't no undercover therapist?
Nah, man.
I'm going to say that.
I had a kid when I was 17. I started early. Right, so life
19, bro.
for me,
I feel you. 19.
I had my second one by 20. I was on a mission, I guess.
Look, 19 right. And then 20,
20, right?
Yeah.
My oldest is 32. I got 3 grandkids, man.
So do y'all have those conversations that, hey, you did this to piss me off?
Right, and I think, so for me, the biggest issues in my relationship, because I can't speak on everyone else's, is because we don't come back and revisit the issues that caused the problems. It's easy to talk about the after effects, the circumstances after, but let's reverse engineer the conversation and go back to square one. How did we get here? Right?
That's a great point.
So do you wait, or do you? Because to me, I feel like if it's the time and place, like say if we're by ourselves, then I'm going to voice that. Right. And I'm like, you did this to make me feel this particular way. You know,
but it needs to be in a safe space, though.
Correct.
What would you consider a safe space?
It can't be in the heated argument space. So if you're in a conversation and it's heated, you got to walk away from that and take 5 minutes. That's when you really take that opportunity to say, am I tripping? Do I need to make some corrections?
Correct.
Am I being fair to what she's saying? And for me, did I listen to what she was saying? Mm-hmm. Because now I'm hearing her complain, and I'm hearing me defend this, but am I actually trying to really hear what she's saying? And that's difficult, especially when you're in an emotional place.
And most
fights don't start when the hands come out.
Nah, they start.
Once the hands come out, we already working.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
In order to stop that, somebody has to intervene, and then we'd have to take 5 minutes in order to get those 2 individuals to stand in the same room and try to figure out how we even got to that point.
Correct.
Yeah. No, I totally agree.
We have to go back to where the seed was planted. So every time we walk into a situation and we say, you know what, fuck it, you got it. You dig in the hole, you're throwing the seed in, and you fucking sowing.
But why do you feel like that's sowing the seed?
Only because it's not being resolved. Yep. And if you're going to walk away and harbor that internally, I know for a fact that tree is going to produce fruit at some point.
For me, I don't harbor it internally. I just let it go.
But when you say I'm going to walk away because you agree and I'm going to agree to disagree, we're going to let this stay here until we decide that it's going to come back up.
Contest. You're still in trouble.
It's coming back up. In some form or fashion, it's going to come back.
It's just it's got to come back. So what I was taught was. At the time, to say, all right, let's revisit this, but you do have to put a specific time period to revisit.
Well, that's why I said the lessons learned meeting.
Yeah.
Just like when you go to your work meetings, you know, we fucked the budget up last month. Let's talk about why. Yeah. I think you have to do that in a relationship. Let's sit down and talk about those things. I think it depends on the severity of where y'all go. I think a week or two, let's sit down and chop it up. We talk about every fucking thing else. We talk about the light bill 50 times a month. That shit comes once a month.
Mm-hmm.
Then we pay the bill. Damn, why the bill so high? Man, turn the lights on. How often do we do that in the relationship?
Yeah.
Of the issues, not the solutions. We all want to go on vacations and buy this car and build this fucking house, and it's been done. But how long and how often do we go back to, you got on my fucking nerves that day? Why don't we spend that much time in that space?
And then they ask him, why? Why did I get on your nerves? What made me get on your nerves? Right. Yeah, we do need to have those conversations. Right. And the funny thing that he brought that up, because that was brought up to me by someone else as well. Look, you need to weekly sit down with your wife and say, hey, let's talk about the week. Let's see what's going on. How was your week? So, yeah, that's a great point and a great thing to incorporate. So you don't. Yeah, I agree.
We know Trump's up.
Yeah, I totally agree.
What's the solution?
Yeah.
How are we going to get around this problem? Because the problem is going to be there regardless.
It's just
So
when the problem gets solved.
So what do you feel, or how do you handle if you guys still have that conversation, and then you still don't agree?
Like you said, you got to be honest. You just got to be honest and say, look, that resolution wasn't it. You got to be honest. You definitely got to be honest. That man, this was deep. This was deep. So. Yeah, respect is definitely a big.
Of course.
Role
you said role respect.
Come on, Squilla. Go ahead and say that.
So what do you consider to be role respect? Yes.
So Squilla said role respect. Yeah.
It's just that. Without any combativeness and none of that dumb shit or whatever, it's just like respecting roles. Whatever it is. But also not taking advantage of the whole situation, because a woman could be a breadwinner, a guy could be whatever the case may be. But it's respecting roles. It's just simple as that.
But what do you consider to be roles?
It's a team effort when it comes to bills and things. It all depends on however your lifestyle is. I can't speak on everything. But at the end of the day, a man still has to be a man. A woman has to be a woman. That's just you know what I mean? Because no matter what, I don't give a shit. Hey, on my deathbed, right? You will never be a better man than me. Just like I will never be a better woman. Yeah, there's nothing you could ever fucking do.
But it goes It goes a little deeper than that as well.
No, but it's not. No, it's simple. It's simple.
It is. But when I say that,
all when I say that Da Vinci Code shit, it's really not.
But you still didn't answer the question. Like, what do you consider to be roles?
Anything. Okay, in a relationship, it's communication, right?
Correct.
So, hey, check this out. So we're a basketball team. You know if you run a point. You know if you forward. You know if you center, right?
That's what I said before.
Correct.
Respect your role.
But don't you think roles switch?
They can, but that's by committee. That's not because you feel a certain way.
I don't think it's a role. I think it needs to be a team. Like, because
no. I'm gonna go. Hey, I started the barbecue. Come on.
How not?
No, because everybody.
Change.
No, yeah, roles can change, and if they change, you should know when they change. Everybody has a role. I don't care when you're okay. So if you're in a relationship, if you're in a long relationship, you know what your role is. It just is, and when people seem to think that the word role is negative. It's not a negative thing. You know what your Okay, so what if I say responsibilities?
Oh.
Is that better?
But then that can change. That's fluid.
Huh?
Jobs, position description. Do you get paid for what they hired you to do?
Half the time you don't.
No, because it can always change. They can always
change. So, but
because they gave you the position description, you didn't identify what you wanted to do.
To do. Yeah. So you gotta communicate, but then again, and that when I say roles, you know what you know. Everyone knows what their role in their relationship is when it comes to when you get to a certain point. When you get to a certain point, let me say it that way. You feel like you don't know what your role is.
I think.
Or you don't. Or you feel like you don't have roles.
Particular role because we work together as a team.
We do work together.
It may be something that you're going to pick up. I mean, that I may be lacking at the moment. You're going to pick up. It may be something that you may be lacking that I'm going to pick up. We're going to do stuff together. So I don't think that to me, I don't believe in the whole gender role.
No, I didn't say gender. Gender has nothing to do with it.
Because I feel like if we're a team, we're a team. We're going to work together.
We are going to work together, but at the same.
So you're still going to be the head. Okay, so I will say that a man's going to be the head, right? And then of course I'm going to follow because it's supposed to be like that. But as far as everything else, we're a team. We're doing it together. I don't feel like, I don't know.
We are a team, but I am me and you are you.
Exactly.
Jordan had a team.
Yeah, he did. Who are you introducing when you meet this person?
That's a good question.
It goes back to the beginning.
Eh?
Who are you introducing when you walk in and say, hey, what's up, Shawty, what to do? Let me holler at you. Who are you showing her that, who am I showing her that I am?
Mm-hmm.
I'm showing her my role that I'm going to be able to handle initially. And she starts building expectations after that.
Correct.
We both do.
Mm-hmm.
And it does. He's 100% right, especially without effective communication.
Expectations lead to disappointment.
Correct.
Without effective
Expectations lead-
communication.
Correct. Yeah.
Because you can express where you're coming from without it being disappointing. It can be just what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Who are we showing that we are from the beginning? So before we even get into what I'm supposed to do and what you got to do and all this extra shit, what can I handle? It goes back to accountability as an individual. We can throw these relationships. Man, people been arguing about relationships and somebody fucking somebody and stealing from this person since the Bible. Open the book. They talk about this shit every day.
Mm-hmm.
It's not new. We're the new parts of the story, and we keep reiterating the same issues because we're not going back to why we're here.
Trying to reinvent the wheel when we
Can't
don't have
reinvent
to.
it. You gotta accept it. You are who you are, with your eye, whatever, we all have those things.
Mm-hmm.
And if they really love you, the person that she's presenting to you, she ain't gonna never cross that bridge with you no way, because she know how to get down with you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the man that you showed to her. And you said, this is my level. This is my boundary. And what we're not gonna do is step below that. Once we start getting below my individual boundaries, we got problems. Because I'm gonna have a problem with myself.
Mm-hmm.
The relationship is already in fucking demise. I just have to decide when I'm gonna end it with you. Because I'm not healed here.
Mm-hmm.
Just smack the mic like you dropped it.
I ain't smoked no
Just dropped it. He ain't smoked no weed yet. All right, so we are now going to go into the portion of the show which is called Miss Zudi's Bottom Line. All right, so for all y'all that don't know, Miss Zudi's Bottom Line is sort of like an advice column where we get submissions sent in and we try to give you our take on what you sent in. So for those of y'all who want to submit something, you got any questions, burning desires, whatever it is, send it to us.
Yes.
Miss
Let's talk
Zudi's
about
Bottom
it.
Line at gmail.com, right there on your screen.
Miss.Zudi's.
Well, it's on the
Bottom
screen. It's on your screen.
At
But-
gmail.com.
We'll let her. Miss, I'll let you repeat it in a minute.
Miss.Zudi's Bottom Line again. So in lieu of Valentine's Day just passed, I'm gonna read one that came from that. It says, "Hey Ms. Zudi, I hope this letter finds you well. I'm writing to seek advice on the guidance in a matter that's been weighing heavily on my mind. As Valentine's Day recently passed, I couldn't help to feel a sense of disappointment and sadness due to my boyfriend's lack of effort in celebrating the occasion. While I understand that Valentine's Day is one day out of the year and that material gestures are not a sole measure of love and affection, I couldn't help to feel neglected when my expectations was not met. My boyfriend did not do anything special or thoughtful for me, and it left me feeling unappreciated and undervalued in our relationship. I've tried to communicate my feelings with him, but I'm unaware on how to approach the situation without coming across as needy or ungrateful. I genuinely care about him and our relationship, but I also believe that it's important to express and receive love in meaningful ways, especially on a special occasion like Valentine's Day. I would greatly appreciate your advice and insight that you may have on how to address this issue with him effectively. How can I communicate my feelings without causing conflict or resentment? And how do we work together and ensure that expressions of love and affections are in line with each other's expectations in the future? Thank you for your advice."
I'm gonna let you answer that first.
What? No, why do I got? Okay.
Millie, go ahead, Millie.
No, I'll go ahead and answer first. So, but this also comes back to, you said what again? It does not give me an age. It's an adult.
She's fucking 5.
It's an adult. No, it's not, because some people are big on holidays, and if she tells you that this is something that she wants and needs, even if you don't necessarily do it, then you should at least try to provide that for her. You know what I'm saying? Just to make her feel special. And if she's told you that and then you don't do it, to me, I feel like that is a problem. And that is going to make her feel some type of way, especially with her seeing like co-workers, social media, seeing everything everywhere else, and then you try nothing. I don't know. To me, that would be an issue. Not necessarily. It is. But if holidays mean something to her, it may not necessarily mean something to you. But because it means something to her and she expressed that, then you could go out your way. It's everything. You can find roses on the street. You can make her a card. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You can do anything to show her that you appreciate her. You may show her that you appreciate her 365 days a year, of course. But if she specifically expressed that this is something that, because maybe she's been single for a long time, or maybe something happened and then she wants to be cherished on that day, and then you decide not to do it, to me that's intentional, that you just decide not to do that. Yeah.
But
and I feel like that's
it goes back to asking her, why is this day so important to her?
And if she gives you a valid reason, would you still make sure that you do something for her?
But I would definitely ask why. Before we even get to the point of disappointment, I would say, well, why is this so important to you? What does this do for you? And then I get the opportunity to say to you, I'm sure I do, I get the opportunity to say to you, I don't believe in that holiday, or I don't believe in supporting those types of holidays. It gives me an opportunity to be vulnerable and honest with you, rather than having those expectations in place. A lot of these dudes out here buying shit because they feel like they got to. They don't want to. That's the part that ain't nobody talking about. They don't want to because they don't even know why they're doing it. Most of them are living paycheck to paycheck, and then when the 14th comes around, it's, oh shit, if I want this, I have to do this. That's a lot of the reasons why a lot of these immature men are doing what they're doing. And it's creating false narratives of what this holiday means, in my opinion.
Okay. So
all this pagan ass holidays, for me, I'm like, these
it's just
pagan ass
spiraling out
holidays.
of control.
It is. It's just a reason. Honestly, let's be real. It's just a way to put more back into the economy.
Yeah,
capitalism
is real.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah, it is.
But if she specifically told you that this is something that means something to her, whether you feel like it's a pagan holiday or not, would you still go out of your way to do something?
So when you say go out of your way,
not necessarily go out of your way, because I'm saying go out because you don't care too much about the holiday.
Well, it's not even so much about caring. So when you say go out of their way, that means I'm going outside of my normal chain of action. So did he get up and say, hey, good morning, love, how you doing this morning? Did he greet her?
No, probably not, because he said that he didn't do anything to make her feel special.
Yeah, he didn't give a fuck.
But her concept of what he did not do is based on what she's expecting. Did he get up? Does she have a house? Is he going to work to make sure her bills are paid?
I don't think they live together.
Oh, yeah. They fucking.
Yeah. I mean, so the answer. The answer to that question.
Just because they don't live together, he's still not supposed to make her feel.
So.
Because if he wants her, he's got to meet her at the table.
Correct. You said it again?
If he wants her, he's got to meet her halfway. If she's saying this is my requirement, he got to decide if she's the one. Because 20 years from now, she's going to be expecting this shit. You don't want to be talking about this 10 years from now. You don't want to be talking about this the day after Valentine's.
Now, since she's already told him that and he has not done it, then does she need to reevaluate their relationship?
Accountability for her needs to start to rein in. Now she needs to say, these are my expectations. He's not achieving these. I need to take a step back and ask, why am I willing to deal with him?
Because if he didn't do anything, he don't give a fuck about her. Honestly, like if my wife, and I've been in that situation before. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all know I'm 100% transparent on shit. There's been times where certain holidays come and I'm thinking that it's not a big deal to my wife, but then after that shit is said and done, it's like she fucked up with me because I ain't do nothing. So I make sure I do something. And me, it's more the little things, like we said. Like I said, I'm mad because I didn't do what I really, really wanted to do. But I put a bunch of our pictures together and I put one of my favorite songs over the pictures, right? I wanted to be in the joint, like I was going to do a whole music video. I was going to be singing in all the songs because it's one of my songs. But my wife just kept coming downstairs asking me, what are you doing? Are you ready to go? And I'm like, damn it, let me do what I need to do so I can make this special. But I still did half of it, and she loved it. I'm assuming she told me it was special. She thought about. So I know that, and I've been married for so long. I know that those things matter to my wife, even if she says that they don't. That's your point. You need to know. Now with that story, he didn't give a fuck. He truly didn't give a fuck. I mean, if he cared about her, he was supposed to. So the question was he supposed to? He was supposed to if he actually cares about her.
No.
Come on, bro.
If they're in a relationship.
Now, if you now, Squirrel, let me ask you this.
I don't think he thought that relationship was as strong as she thought.
Come on, baby.
So let me ask you this question then. So let me ask you this question. So he didn't do anything for her, but what if she had a work husband that bought her roses? Now, would you feel upset about that?
Ooh, shit.
Would you feel
Things
some
like
type
that
of way?
happen. Things like that happen.
So, but would you feel some type of way? Because you basically said that you didn't
we're
care.
going extra hypothetical now. So we're saying we're going extra hypothetical.
That's not extra hypothetical because you said that he didn't care. So then, if he didn't care, then he shouldn't care if another man makes her feel special.
No, because he knows what it is then.
Okay.
What the heck? Come on, babe.
All right. So that means you wouldn't feel some type of way
because
if you don't do
then I
something.
thank you for me because you're already showing me the ain't shitness, and then you're telling me that some guys giving you. Thank you.
But how's that showing you the ain't shitness when you did something that wasn't shit?
No. See, it always go back to something that we did, even if we don't do anything.
Because you're not saying it. Because if she expressed that
no, I'm with you on that. No, I'm with you on that. And just like Homeboy said before, I would go into detail of, okay, what is all special for? I would try. If I gave half a shit, I would try. So evidently my man said he doesn't. And maybe, have you ever thought, since we're all hypothetical, maybe he has reasons why he knows not to give her shit? Could that be a thing? Could it be that she ain't shit either? Could it be?
So
if she wasn't shit, then why just leave? Why not just leave?
What you say, Billy? What you say, Billy?
I mean, I'm just pretty much just reiterate the same thing that we all just said. He just really didn't care because I'll put myself out there a little bit. I'm not in a great position right now where I'm at, but like you said, I know what my girlfriend likes. Like I said, Valentine's Day we went out to eat. We love food, and I made her think she didn't get anything. She said, she did a couple days before. Oh, what you give me Valentine's Day? I said, I ain't giving you nothing. We're going to the movies and dinner. That's your gift.
That's truly much.
I bought it. What you mean? I said, I'm paying for dinner in this movie. That's your gift. And then when we got out there, I said, oh shit, my wallet's in the car, and I came back in with her gift and flowers. So it's like I didn't have to spend $1,000, but she wanted something, so I did it because I cared. Like I said, if she's told you that it means a lot to her and you just don't do it, you just don't care. Point blank. Period.
Yep, that's true. Yeah. I don't disagree. That's 100% the truth.
Yeah, he took that from his father's playbook.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh,
His father, he took that from his father's playbook.
Is there any comments?
Any comments?
Her expectations.
Say that again. I can hear you.
Did she tell him her expectations?
Yeah.
Did she tell her? So she said that Valentine's Day meant something to her. She wanted to. I mean, let's keep it on the buck. Majority. I'm not gonna say all, but there are a large number of women who those specific holidays mean something to them because society has painted this image that okay, you need to feel like you're loved on this day. And so that's what it is, and it's been embedded in our brains. I'm not gonna get too deep on it.
Hey, take my wife's passport.
But we all as men know. We know this shit. You got to do something. There's been plenty of times where I was just, like now, I'm fucking broke right at this very point in time due to bills and shit like that. So I'm like, I know I can't be extravagant with my wife and go out and do things. So I'm gonna do something simple, and that's what I did. And the simple shit, now this gonna sound fucked up, but honestly, this is the way I feel. If you got a real one, That simple shit gonna be more than that expensive ass.
Yes, that does be more. You know what? When you think about it, and you ask me what was the most romantic thing that I've done before, it's not even when I think about it, it's not even the rooftop. When I was in college, my little college boyfriend, we were broke, and he put a picnic on our dorm floor with like Subway, and to me that was, and with a card that was made.
Yeah.
So to me that was the most romantic, because it's that you tried.
Yeah.
Like, we may not have the money, or you may not be able to do what you want to do right now, but that you try to do something.
Effort.
Or
The key word is effort.
like, it takes 2 seconds to get some cardboard and coloring paper and do a card.
And I think part of that problem is nobody's promoting that as sufficient.
Nobody does promote that as. Yeah,
But even
nobody does promote that in these times. These times, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry. I just wanted to say what he said.
Oh, go ahead. Oh, yeah, because we can't hear
But,
you. Yeah.
but nobody does promote that in these times. It is now amongst the younger generation anyway. Us older folks, I'm gonna say, we know that shit. But the younger generation, all you see is, oh, he got to eat my pussy. He got to spend the bread. He got to do this. He got to do that, and all that shit. And so that's what. And I'm gonna point to Millie. That's what your generation is somewhat all about.
The wrong. Yeah.
That's if he don't take me out to, and shit, Cheesecake Factory is not unacceptable now. Fuck, I gotta take Maggiano's. Is that unacceptable too? Shit. I got it. Yeah, but you know what? You absolutely right. So Squinter said it's all broke women that talk that shit, and I agree. Most of the time, it is the broke, no class. You know what I'm saying? Women that talking about and they live their lives and they get their knowledge from social media and videos and the music. I would have to agree with you on that.
So let's switch that, right?
Okay.
What if it's somebody, because you say the broke women, but what if it's a woman that's used to already taking care of herself and doing all those things that she already does, and so then she's like, because I already do this for myself, then if you're going to date me, then you need to be able to do this for me too.
I'm gonna go back to what the brother, but I'm gonna go back to what the
so
brother
it could
said.
be dinner on her at some particular time,
Yeah.
but it's not always going to be on her.
I'm gonna go back
But
to what
she's not going to just drop.
But I'm gonna go back to what the brother said. It's all about, like you said, in the communication. So when you meet that woman, that first couple of dates or whatever, she's gonna reveal herself if she's on that time. If that's the time she on, most women that are on that time are gonna reveal that because they don't want nothing less.
Correct.
Yeah, they don't want nothing less. So she gonna reveal that shit, and at that point when she reveals that shit, you need to get the fuck on. Maybe that heifer revealed that shit. I want this and I want that and all this, and so he was like, you know what, bitch, I ain't getting you shit. Fuck you.
But why does it got to be like that though? Why do you automatically no? Because if that was the case, then if she had already revealed that, then he should have broke up with her from the beginning.
He should have.
Don't sit there and wait.
I
you know
agree.
what I'm saying? But my thing is, we're talking about two different type of women though, because you're saying it is the broke women. So not if she's broke at all, but I'm saying if she's got her own stuff, she's used to being and taking care of herself financially. She's used to doing all these great things for herself already. Then she has to because you don't want to do something, then she has to stop doing it.
No, not at all. I'm gonna let Squilla. Go ahead, Squilla.
It's between both sexes. See, I say both.
Correct.
It's a lack of discernment. A lot of times, you might hear that. I mean, married men, we don't hear this, but you do as a young guy, right? The girls want a Ruth Chris dinner, they want this, that, and the third, but they take buses and shit. They're not worth it. We don't. You don't have. A lot of guys don't have the discernment. They got boners, but they don't have the discernment to be like, this is a broke, dirty bitch. So they think that they got to do that, and they tricking off on the wrong ones. The same thing as women, because the average woman, you have to understand, they could have all the champagne budgets and shit like that they want in their head, but 9 times out of 10 they still reserve. And
but that's not necessarily true.
Hold on.
A lot of women,
Let me land.
women in DMV.
No, hold on. Okay, here too.
So they may have champagne budget. They may have that champagne budget.
No, they can. But no, you're not letting me land. I'm not talking about those. That's the outlier. That's fine. But there's a lot that isn't.
But that's the question I asked.
So you still have to have discernment. You have to understand. Just like a lot of females, they go out here and they don't even size up men. They'll look at a janitor and still want Ruth Chris from them because they don't know. They don't even know what it is to be around money. The average woman doesn't even know what it is to be around real money. They act like they do because niggas front on them.
How do you figure that? Like, because the way that you sound is like that you get women.
Seriously. Because the reason why circles would be different. The women would be hanging around different circles.
But
it's all about circles. And it's all about life's about relationships.
But when you're saying the average,
life is about relationships. Correct. And if a woman can say all these needs and demands and all this horse shit they talking about, but if they're not getting them met, it's because they're fishing in the wrong pond. Whose fault is that? Step your game up.
I agree with that. I agree with that. Now,
I have a question though. I have a question because
I'm gonna answer your first question.
Because you're saying but what if it is a woman that has all her stuff together, and then she's saying that the men that may have all that are in my bracket aren't where aren't shit. Yeah. But then she may meet a teacher that's outside of her bracket that still does everything that she wants to do, but he may not be able to finally take care of her. So then what? Is that still fishing out of somebody's pond?
No, woman.
But if that's what you're gonna go with, then but if you're already knowing that financially he's not on that par, then you shouldn't have those.
But then she may not have those expectations. So then that's when I said, then she can always say it's the little things that you do.
Okay.
Or also, would you feel if your significant other? I saw an article today. That the husband admitted his wife made like 4 times more than him, and he admitted that he felt some type of way about that, and he felt she never emasculated him, but that's how he felt. So then the thing is, it's like, would you feel some type of way about her taking care of all the bills and paying the bills and taking you on trips? But she never complains about that. Would you feel some type of way?
That goes back to the security again
of yourself.
So if you are an insecure man, then you would have problems with that. Now, honestly, as a man, you should be wanting to hold on. Well, I said we weren't going to take calls. Well, I didn't say it.
You did say we wasn't going to take calls while we were
I said that. I didn't say it on the show. Chopping It Up Radio. Let me see if it's going to work. Chopping It Up Radio, you on there? See, I didn't prepare the phone for the calls. So we're not going to take calls while we're live. My bad. Whoever called in, we're not going to take calls while we're live on at Bar 210. I apologize. Just to let y'all know. I'm sorry. I didn't let y'all know in the beginning. Cause that's somebody that was about to probably dig into us. But so go ahead. Finish saying what you were saying.
No, I'm just saying would you feel something?
I was saying no. So no, I wouldn't because I know we would have that conversation in the beginning. Now, as a man, I want to at least get to that level or get to a level to where I can take care of my woman.
But what if you know that you're never going to get to that level that's going to be past her? Would you feel some type of way?
No. Mm-hmm. No. If I knew that if she's the CEO of a big company and she's making $200,000-$300,000 a year, and I'm a fucking musician and I know I'm doing gig to gig or whatever, well then musician, but you get what I'm saying. Then I know what to expect as long as she knows what to expect.
Relationship roles, huh?
Yes.
So again, roles can be reversed.
I am a firm. Yes, definitely. We didn't. Now, when we said roles, we didn't put a specific role on a specific sex.
Okay.
We did say that it can always change. It can always switch. All I said was, and I want to heavily reiterate this: everyone knows the role that they play in their household.
But do you don't like? But then
if you don't, then you got a fucked up household. I'm sorry.
I'm not going to say that. But as a man, and I'm going to ask you this question, because you say that everyone knows what role they play in their household, right? As a man, you're taught that you're supposed to provide and protect, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you feel that you aren't, if you feel
that the mic.
You said what again?
Bring that to the middle.
Bring what?
I just said when you're done saying, I'll swing it over this way.
Oh, the mic?
No, I'm talking about had that conversation with him.
Oh. So if you're supposed to provide and protect, right? So if you feel like, or if your significant other is the one that's doing the providing, or has the income that's taking care of you guys, do you or would you feel some type of way?
Feel some type of way? Nah, I wouldn't feel some type of way. Just like I said, I mean, just all good. Once again, it really just goes into just knowing what it is up front and accepting it for what it is. And if you're just not where you need to be at that moment, then you're going to work to get to a better place if you can. But it's just all on knowing the situation. Both parties need to know the situation, understand the situation, and be comfortable with the situation. And if you're not, then you need to figure out what you can do to change it.
Or move the fuck on.
Yeah, or move on.
Or move the fuck on. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. She too fine. Can't let her go. She too damn fine. All right, so real quick, so do y'all have anything for the blast report?
Yes. If you are going to be in Baltimore this weekend, again, I will be at the Black Mall, which is on East Lafayette. Definitely come check it out. It is a pop-up with a lot of dope black vendors in Baltimore. Of course, I'm going to be selling my edibles, so definitely come check us out.
Why you get low?
I didn't.
Bunch of drug addicts.
Edibles, says the person
Don't
who
know what you're talking about. I am a man of the Lord. I don't do those things.
today.
Exactly.
Anything for the blast report, bro?
I'm gonna shout out my homegirl Lauren. If you in the DMV and you need some gourmet baked goods for your events, or you just want something nice to snack on, she bakes everything in her crib. Everything is good. I'm gonna shout out her Instagram. It's From Low to High LLC. That's FROMLOTOHIGH LLC. From Low to High. Okay. She does infused baked goods, regular baked goods for events, whatever you need, and them Jones bomb is shit. So definitely check her out if you need any baked goods.
All right.
I have to check that out. This is going to be a little different, but
don't talk bad about nobody.
No. I already said what I had to say about Pilot 22. I was upset about that, but
because it's not buffet.
Yeah, because it's not all you can eat anymore.
Oh, greedy ass nigga.
Cheap.
Nah, so
cheap.
Miss Haiti sent me an article about the movie or the origin, right? And let me see. I want to kind of see what was said. But so she sent me an article about the origin. We recently went to go see that movie. I thought it was great.
What is it about? I don't.
It's about it's based off of a book called. I'm gonna put it on the page. I'm gonna put it on the page. But it's based off of a book, and it's basically about caste. So casting people, like the different levels of society, and yeah. So it's basically about casting, and so. She went through a whole bunch within the. I don't want to give out the movie, but she went through a whole bunch of stuff within the movie, and she was a famous writer, and they were trying to get her to write a new book, and so she was trying to write this book about caste, and so she did her research and went to like 3 different countries. She went to India, she went to Germany, and she went to and of course in the United States as well, and so she compared the different types of caste and just the societal. I'm going to say your societal ways and the different levels of, what's the word I'm looking for? The different levels of basically the society, how society is. It's a specific word that I'm looking for, but I just got a brain fart at the worst time. But I'm just going to say, I'm going to put that movie on blast. It's definitely, for me, it's a must-see. If you're a critical thinker, then it's definitely a must-see.
Okay.
It's going to make you think. You're going to have to sit back and watch it and think. But the whole time I'm watching the movie, I'm like, yeah, that makes so that was definitely a must see. They put a lot.
Is it in a movie theater or?
It's in the theaters now. It'll probably be available on Fire Stick in probably about another week or so. But The Origin, it was a great movie with I can't never say her name right. I'ma do something. I can never say her name right. Let me just look and see. The Origin. I want to because it's this young lady from King Richard. She played the mother in King Richard, and she played in the joint with L. Cool J and Omar Epps. In Too Deep. She played in In Too Deep. Niecy. She played Niecy, the crackhead bitch. Her name is Anjanu Ellis Taylor. AUNJANUE Ellis Taylor. Great actress. That's my new wife. I'm sorry. Like Regina Hall was my wife, but her and Regina Hall sharing. They sharing the space. So that's the imaginary poly relationship that I'm in. Her and Regina Hall. But yeah, that's my blast report. Just a couple of announcements real quick, just to let y'all know. Starting March 1st, we will be shutting down the CIU Radio group page, and we will be converting over to the CIU business page. So there it is, CIU Radio. Y'all make sure y'all go follow the page, join the page, because after March 1st, we will shut down the group page, and everything will be going through this page.
And tell them why, to leave it open?
Yeah, because we put the group as closed, and upon our research, you know, it was showing that we would do a lot better with one, with the business page, and two, with it being open. So just to let y'all know, we're gonna be converting over to that page starting March 1st. All right. Don't forget, make sure y'all check out Buddha Speaks on all your social media platforms: Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, everything. Buddha Speaks. Y'all make sure y'all check that out. Tap in with my man. He should be back next week. And a shout out to Bar 210. Definitely want to give out a shout out to our home. So Bar 210, love y'all.
Yes.
Love Miss Kim, you know. Definitely want to say, if y'all don't know, the drinks are strong. The drinks are really, really good. The food is up. The chicken wings is torch. And them fries, if you get them fries, you done.
Seasoned fries.
Them fucking fries is amazing.
Yeah, them fries was bomb and shit.
All I kept saying, what was I saying last week? I was eating them motherfuckers like shit, like I think I'm just gonna order some fries today.
Yeah,
like,
when you weren't paying attention, I took like 3-4 of your fries. Couldn't
I'm
help
gonna smack
myself.
the shit out you when we get off here.
I took some when they came out.
I believe too.
Now.
Them fries is torch. So yeah, y'all come out here and get some of these chicken wings and these fries, and everything else on the menu. All right. Any closing remarks, announcements, whatever?
Anything else? I don't think so.
I think so. All right. Well, I'll say this, man. Y'all make sure y'all tune in every Thursday, 8 p.m. Chopping Up Radio, the show that goes where you take it. Like I said, we live from Bar 210 every first and third Thursday of the month. So y'all make sure y'all come on through, get here. We start at 8, so around that time, I ain't gonna lie. Start around 8-ish. Try to allow some more people to get in here tonight before we started. So
8-ish.
Yeah. So y'all check us out. But when we in the studio, we start at 8 sharp.
So we can come and talk our shit.
Yeah. Come talk shit with us, man. Hey, bro, what's your name? Greg. My man Greg been on it. Squilla, y'all, Squilla been on it too. But Greg,
No.
I appreciate you, bro.
I think Skrilla just want to get me riled up.
Yeah, Squilla do like to get you riled up.
That's what don't bother me.
Yeah.
I'm too calm I gotta be calm all day.
We all good. So yeah, y'all come check us out, man. Chopping Up Radio, the show that goes we take it. We will see y'all next week.
We'll see you next week.
Peace.
you.